Back in 1999, while he was travelling around the country, Shane Miles saw a need for quality canvas products for four-wheel drivers. A year later, MSA 4x4 Accessories was born. Fast forward 17 years, and the company's come a long way. We're here talking to Shane Miles now. Shane, tell us a bit about the way that product range has expanded.
Matt, how you going?
Good, mate.
Okay, so what we started out doing was my wife back then, Michelle, and I, we were driving around the country and we just needed canvas storage products, and I had great ideas, Michelle could say, so we just combined it together and we released quite a wide range of canvas products, and it turns out that a lot of people like them and they're really good quality, which we tried to maintain a standard.
Starting back with the canvas products though, you're not talking about just seat covers, we've seen storage compartments, the car bras, all sorts of different unique products which you wouldn't normally think about.
No, that's right. It was 2003 that I first invented the first water bra and released that, and that was a green canvas one I think back then, and we also introduced the first rear wheel bag.
Things like seat covers, they've had to evolve as well because we've got different safety standards in cars now. Cars have got airbags in the seats. Have you had to change the product along the way?
Yeah, that's correct. A lot of cars obviously have an ANCAP safety rating now. So people need to understand that if you bolt an accessory or install anything onto that vehicle that is not ADR compliant, you lose the compliancy of the entire vehicle. Hence, seat covers need to be crash tested, they need to be compliant, and that's our number one factor. If it's not safe, if it's not compliant, it's not released.
Shane, the MSA water bra and the rear tyre bag, they're some of the original products. How have they evolved?
Okay, so back at the start, the original was invented in 2003. What I saw was nothing like it in the market whatsoever, so the way that my head processes things and works, I won't tell you how I do it, that's my secret. It's a bit odd, but I definitely think way outside of the box. So I think, how can I do this, how can I make it better, and that's where products lead to other products. So this came first, and then the bra. Back then I didn't know a lot about the patent system and how it works, and hence it seems to be a hell of a lot of very similar products out there on the market today. What we do is always strive to make them that much a little bit better. So each time this one's about to be replaced by a whole brand new bag, which is a lot different than anything else that's out there.
Something else for us to look forward to.
There's a lot of products in the pipeline that people haven't even thought of before.
Shane, you mentioned the evolution of the rear wheel bag. Seat covers, they've come a long way as well.
Yeah, Matt, well, as we specialised in canvas products and we were travelling around, our next progression was into canvas seat covers. And what was currently available back then, we tried, and it felt like we were sitting on canvas bed sheets. I'm a little bit phobic to seat covers that move around and crease, so we started to design our own seat covers, and we had a few minimum requirements: extremely tight and fitted, they don't move, they don't crease, and they had to be lined so that the canvas didn't ruin your seats. Yeah, this is our latest model. We've got a patented lumbar support system which is actually inside the seat cover itself. No one's done that before. We actually have extra lining on the outside, so that on the high wear area, so that it never wears through, and we're the only ones that actually offer a lifetime guarantee on a seat cover. If you ever wear them out, we'll replace them for you. Even if you cut them, we'll still replace them for you.
Safety wise, they're all approved for airbags and so forth?
All of our seat covers have been legally crash tested and they're certified, so we don't release anything to the market until it is completely crash tested. So what we do is we actually buy, over here is an original Hilux seat. We mount it on a frame, we deploy the airbag, and then what we do is we place our seat cover over the second seat, and we deploy that airbag again, and it's only allowed, also it's actually allowed no deviation from the factory deployment time, and only if it does that, then we get our pass certificate.
A genius piece of engineering. Show us how it works.
Okay, Matt, well, it's actually very simple in design. It looks complex and no one had ever thought of it, but it just works on a basic leverage principle. So what you do is you've got your safety travel lock here, hold downward pressure on your handle, thumb on the latch there, all the way out, and then it just gently lowers itself down. Doesn't need any complicated mechanisms, just the basic leverage. That's it. Flip your handle back and your travel lock and you're done.
So this is obviously for this big fridge, Shane. You've got them in different sizes?
Yeah, we do, Matt. This is the latest DS95 prototype, which is designed to suit the Waco CFX95. It's a very big fridge. It hasn't been released yet, but it will be shortly. We do have them all the way from a 30-litre fridge from our DS40 model, way up to our DS60 model, which holds up to 110-litre fridges. So we've got 5 different models in the end configuration, and then we also have sideways configuration if you want to bolt it onto a tray back or a canopy back.
Shane, when you were demonstrating the drop slide, it was on top of some MSA drawers. Now, you first showed me those 2 years ago, and they looked like they were ready for market, but it took 18 months from then until you finally came out with them.
Yeah, that's right, Matt.
What's the difference?
That was a prototype.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of drawers on the market for 20, 25 years now, and they're all basically the same function, the same system, slight variations in them. The detail that we put into these is incredible. There's nothing like it. I wasn't happy with that first prototype. We kept changing moulds. There's about 30 injection moulds that are steel reinforced in this system, and some of the ones I weren't quite happy with. We just made it a much better system, and as always, we're not going to release anything until it's well over 100%, and I'm happy with it.
Mate, looking at the hardware here, like the detail on some of this, it looks like a hot rodder would put into it, but that's not there for good looks, is it?
My father's actually a hot rodder. It's maybe where I got it from. The beauty of this as well is, first of all, it's full aluminium. The whole system's aluminium, so you'll never get any corrosion whatsoever, which can happen with some of the other systems, and it also, obviously, it's lightweight. The next part, which we've got a patent on as well, is we have 100% access. There's an overextension of our drawer, so we can get into our contents right at the back of the drawer. We've integrated an LED strip light with switches. There's little electrical contacts in there. There's no moving wires. It's a very functional system, very easy to use. Little things, the detail, there's no internal rolled edges, so we can pull our stuff straight out without putting cord. Usually when you buy some other generic drawer systems, you can remove your first side panel, but you can't get access if you put a slide on top of your wing panels. So we designed these so that all of your wing face panels are removable, and they just fit back into place. So you can now get access into all of your wings.
All those quality fittings in there, they're obviously there for safety as well?
They are. I've seen a lot of systems out there that don't quite use the standard of hardware that we use. We've just passed all of our ADR compliant crash testing on all of our drawer systems. We only have one to go, which is our stacked drawer system. And to see a drawer let loose with 15 tonnes of force on one of those bolts is not pretty. Now, we are over the top with our mounting system. As you can see in there, there's M10 high tensile bolts in every corner of each frame. We use 8 bolts per drawer. It's a little bit over the top, but they're never going to let loose then.
Shane, it's an amazing story of where you've come from and the different products you've developed. What's in the future? There's got to be some more amazing stuff.
Well, Matt, I think I mentioned there was 10 years of thought that's gone into this drawer system. There was 3 years of very intense development. That's pretty much done now. We'll update our model range, which is quite straightforward, just with its templates and mountings. So that's now freed up a lot of headspace to allow the fragments of new products that are lingering around inside. So we've actually started working on the next two products, which will be released later this year. So that's very exciting. I just can't tell you about them just yet because no one's ever thought about them before, Matt.
We'll have to wait and look forward to them. But just the sheer number of new four-wheel drives that are coming onto the market, updating the new products, is going to keep you busy.
It does, yeah. It's doing all our wing templates and ADR compliant mountings. It is quite a process, but we'll get through that quite well.
I'm sure you will.